Picture this. You're wading through a crowded hall, books clutched tightly to your chest. All around, kids of varying ages mill about, some extracting textbooks from their locker, which are definitely caked in some sort of unknown sticky substance. All around, kids talk, more like scream to their friends, as everybody makes their way from homeroom to first period. Never mind that you only got 3 minutes to get there, and your class could be halfway across the school. And when you finally sit down in your seat, you look up at the board, ready to learn, only to ponder to yourself, am I ever going to use this again in my life? Sound familiar? High school. A time of learning, growth, and maturity, but also a time of slacking off, getting yourself into sticky situations, and a lot of experimentation. Kind of like what Dickens said, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times, except that more often than not, high school is the worst of times. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable judges, today I'm going to talk to you about why high school is completely overrated. To start off, don't even get me started on how draining it is to spend 7 hours a day stuck in such a toxic environment. Every day when I walk through these doors, I am greeted by a wall of noise. Kids talking so loudly that I can hear their conversations clearly from 2 tables over, or unknown rap music blasting off of somebody's portable speaker that nobody enjoys or asked for. All that noise definitely can't be good for our minds, but that's not the only thing that makes high school so lousy. I can't forget to mention on how the chairs and desks will probably give me lifelong back and neck pain issues, or how the washrooms are literally a disgrace to public health and safety standards. When I pictured high school, I saw bright halls, clean floors, high-tech lab equipment, not having to flick off a piece of chewed gum from the water fountain nozzle before taking a sip. Let's just say that when you cram 2,000 kids into a school for 5 years, things tend to get noisy, messy, and deteriorated real quick. To continue, let's focus a little more on what exactly it is we learn over the course of our high school careers. Sure, one could argue that math, science, history, and language are basically the essentials to our general knowledge and are vital to our education. But when I'm stuck in a math class trying to calculate the trajectory of a rocket being launched off a box and landing 5 meters away into a pool, I seriously begin to question when I'm ever going to use this again in my life. Ask any kid how useful the information they're learning is, they'll probably tell you that it's useless. Many kids leave high school without essential life skills, such as knowing how to vote, how to do their taxes, or what an RRSP account is. But ask them how to calculate the initial velocity of a marble being horizontally launched off the edge of a table. They could probably figure it out in under a minute. When I watched High School Musical, Troy and Gabriella were exploring the beauty of music, not having to write a report about the socioeconomic impacts piezonucleic energy has on society. Furthermore, high school has such a negative connotation in my mind because my expectations were set so high that what I was greeted with was subpar, to say the least. Over and over, my elementary school teachers, my parents, pop culture, everybody said that high school was going to be the best years of my life. I was going to go to parties, make lifelong friends, join the cheer squad, attend football games, maybe even find love. For a while after watching High School Musical, I thought it was completely normal to get up onto the cafeteria tables and burst into song. When I walked into these doors and realized that the ideals I'd dreamt of weren't the case, not gonna lie, I was pretty disappointed. I had a few friends I ate lunch with, my classes were boring, and school clubs were few and far between, not to mention severely under-supported. We didn't even have a cheerleading team. How was I supposed to live out my high school dream? My expectations were set so high that I didn't even realize what was right in front of me. I didn't enjoy the precious moments staring at me right in the face because I always thought that there was something more out there that I wasn't seeing. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable judges, high school is different for everybody. I think that high school is pretty lousy due to the environment and the learning materials, but I also firmly believe that I myself ruined my experience because of my ideal visions and my incapacity to meet them. There's a difference between those who enjoy high school and those who don't, and it's all about being able to take charge of your life. Let's say you're in a car and you feel it spinning out of control. You don't just drop the wheel, skid into a ditch, and tell your passengers, well, this is inconvenient. You put both hands on the wheel and you steer yourself in the right direction. You take charge of your life. Because if something is wrong, the only way you're going to make it better is if you take action. Don't sigh every time you walk into the washrooms and there's an odd combination of toilet paper, soap, and water soaking on the ground. Go and tell the janitor and get it cleaned. If there's no cheerleading team, be a pioneer. Make it happen, because the only way things are going to be fixed is if you take action. And in the end, you can't let life happen to you. You need to make life happen. Don't exist with the negativity, create your own positivity. Thank you.